So, bro, I'm heading out of town this weekend.
Where you going?
Washington, D.C., the nation's capital.
You storming the Capitol? Are they doing that again?
Me and the Proud Boys are going for round 2.
I knew you had that in you somehow.
Do I look like one of them?
No, not at all.
That would be so trash if you were like, yeah, I mean, like you actually, kind of resemble one of their leaders.
Can't even give you that respect.
No, bro, I'm actually going to a wedding. I thought I told you.
The lesbian wedding.
this weekend.
Nice.
I'm a little nervous, bro.
Weren't we supposed to shoot more content this weekend, bro?
Yeah, but now I have a lesbian wedding to attend, so priorities.
Yeah. Interesting though.
Have you ever been?
Not to I haven't barely been to any weddings.
You're like to a what?
To a lesbian wedding.
Yes.
I've been to a wedding.
Gay wedding?
Not a gay wedding. Any type of gay. No queer type of community wedding.
No LGBTQ.
None of the letters.
Plus.
None of them.
None of them.
But I feel like lesbian would be cool. Lesbians are basically the bros.
Dude, it's not like a porno scene, bro.
I said they're the bros.
Okay.
Like they're hanging out. They're probably crushing beers.
All right,
and shit,
so
right?
My dad, obviously old as fuck. He's like almost 77. Dude had me when he was 45. Shout out to Pops.
Older gentleman.
He is extremely he's like in his head about this, right? Because he's the guy that, his son's a podcaster. So what do you think this guy wants to do? He wants to fucking give a toast. He wants to give an epic toast. And he's like, yo, is there...
He's from the slave generation. This is not good.
He's from the deep South. People he knew were going to fucking rallies and shit.
Presidents his age we don't trust.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah, so he's like all nervous about how he gives this toast, right? Because he's notorious for getting up and speaking. Like we went to a funeral the other day and we didn't know the people that well where he should want to get up and speak, but he got up and spoke.
He's a speaker.
He's a speaker, man.
Shout out.
Yeah. So, he was asking me, what's it like? And I was just like, I don't.
Being a lesbian?
Just because I'm a millennial. Being a lesbian, no. No, he's like, have you ever been to one? I'm like, no. Like, just because I'm a millennial doesn't mean I'm just like frequenting, gay and lesbian weddings. So, no, I had no advice to give him.
They're probably not
I just told him it's the same.
At all.
That's what I thought. I was like, I think it's just wife and wife. That was the one thing I didn't know about.
Oh yeah,
wife and wife.
What they say, what the guy says. Because is it religious? Is it is there a pastor?
This is not going to be religious.
Right.
No.
Right.
No,
it wouldn't be.
This is at an amphitheater in Northern Virginia that I saw Gavin DeGraw at. Like it's like a music venue.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's not a church, no.
And God historically does not get down with the gays.
No. There's sinners running around there. Running around that amphitheater for sure.
Clearly.
Yeah. No, most definitely. So what's been on your mind, man? Actually, one more thing. So we're flying with the kid.
With the baby. 10-month-old baby.
So we've already done it twice. Even though he's only 11 months. We've already done it twice.
You're a piece of shit.
No, he's actually been a fucking angel every time. Both times. Like, right when we are taking off, he's out, down for the count.
Has he really, though?
No, swear to God. Because I was freaking out, bro. I was so nervous to do it because I hate those people.
Yeah, so the baby plane people tend to be the worst. Let's just be real.
And so I was like, damn, I'm going to be one of them.
Yeah.
But no. Literally, I got so many comments about, we didn't even know you had a baby. Swear to God, bro. I wouldn't even lie about that.
And they don't take another seat, right? Do you buy him a seat?
No, on our lap.
Yeah. So you save money, too.
You can do that until they're 2.
Oh, wow.
Until they're like pretty big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. So the cheap people are doing that until like the cutoff, like the last day before the second birthday.
I can imagine. See, but it's 2 of y'all and the kid. Yes. I would just buy the 3 to have the row.
Trust me, we thought about it.
Yeah, because one poor soul.
The podcast isn't paying that well, Henry, as you know.
You guys, we have a donation link in our bio.
Not for sure, but no,
Ben's family can buy the extra seat.
We're excited, man. But what we are doing is, so they gave us a discounted hotel rate, right, for the wedding. You know, it's like a block rate, whatever it's called. And we did take advantage of that, bro. We got 2 rooms, one for the kid and one for me and my wife.
How can your kid be in his own room?
Adjoining room.
Oh, adjoining?
Yeah, we made sure we got adjoining rooms.
So you're bringing the baby cam or whatever.
The monitor will be in full effect. So yeah, he has his own room because, bro, he's a loud sleeper, man. The dude snores like you.
Dude, this is some stuff I'm so blessed to not be familiar with. Like, you're speaking another language.
You'll know.
I'm so happy about this.
You'll know eventually.
I don't know any of the carriage models or any of that bullshit. I'm just like, bless.
Yeah. So babies aside, what's been going on in your world, man? What have you been thinking about?
You know, I've been really wondering if hard seltzers are a phase.
What do you mean?
We all know like White Claw summer took over maybe like 2-3 years ago. It was like a whole like the Pandy kind of brought out like I would say pre-Pandy, you know, right before hard seltzers.
Yeah, BP before pandemic.
Came over here. Yeah.
Or BC before COVID.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Became a huge thing. And my guy Gary V, you know, did overrated, underrated. He said that hard seltzers, big overrated. He said it's over. I think the quote was, it's over. And I'm not going to lie. You know, they started off as what someone might call a bitch drink. But I came to enjoy them when I golf. I don't, it's an outdoor drink for me. I like if I need a casual drink outside, kind of like a hard seltzer. Do you think seltzers are a phase that is coming to an end? Are they here to stay? Your favorite podcasters, the Nelk Boys, started a brand, Happy Dad.
Shit.
That's geared towards men. So they're bringing men in on the hard seltzers. They look like beer cans.
That ain't no bitch seltzer. That's a real stiff drink, Henry.
Seltzers are for guys now,
yeah,
too.
Seltzers are for the boys.
Yeah, so I don't know. You ever drink them?
No. I don't really drink. You know this.
Yeah. Well, we had a shot of whiskey before this.
I know. I always feel really weird saying like I don't really drink as I'm like 2 shots of whiskey deep. No,
I've got some apple juice on the rocks, by the way.
Podcasting has definitely made me, you know, comfortable with the pre-pod shot.
Yeah.
It does loosen me up a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure.
You don't want to be tight. You don't want to like be scared to share some shit that might go viral.
But no, I think seltzers are not going anywhere, to be honest.
I don't think so either.
No.
I think Gary's off on that one.
I think he's tripping. I just think that it's now just going to be a normal competitor to a light beer.
Yeah.
I think that people that wanted that summery Corona, they wanted that, you know.
Yeah, Corona with lime.
Exactly. Yep. They wanted that Bud Light because it's not as heavy as the IPAs and the other, you know, kind of darker beers, right? I think that it's for them.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't.
It works outdoors. It works by water. It's nice. It's just chill. It's refreshing and light.
Yeah. Well, what's the alcohol percentage on those?
They're the same as beer.
Yeah. So it's a competitor.
Absolutely.
It's not going anywhere.
One more time, hard seltzer sponsorship coming soon. Happy Dad hit us up. White Claw hit us up. Truly hit us up.
For sure. So we are recording this, and I guess this episode will drop after the second official weekend. So Coachella 2023 is the latest and greatest event happening in the music industry.
Big Cella.
Big Cella vibes. Mm-hmm. We did not make it out to Indio, California, Palm Springs area. I want to run through some facts, like some fun facts about Coachella first, just to set the stage on kind of...
For sure, because there's been some crazy headlines already that we'll get to, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. But I just wanted to kind of understand like the history of it. Okay. I wasn't too familiar. Right, so it started in 1999.
Wait, were you a festival guy at all? Have you been to music festivals?
I've been to them. I would never categorize myself as a festival guy. No.
Okay.
I wish I could be though. Yeah. I kind of like look at them.
I had a phase.
Like the festival bros and like the festival like hotties. Like I like love them.
It's a different world when you're like camping and in the culture like heavy like that. I did that for a few years.
And just on like copious amounts of drugs.
I'm not gonna say there's not drugs.
There's lots of them.
They're there, but there's also testing places where you can test your drugs safely.
No, on the grounds.
They won't judge you. They won't arrest you.
Wow. Yeah. It's amazing. So Coachella started back in 1999. Okay, so 24 years ago, it was primarily a rock festival at the beginning, man. So it was Tool, Beck, and Rage Against the Machine that headlined the 1999 show. Tickets were only $50 in comparison to I think the general admission pass is like $5.50 today.
So accounting for inflation, they're the same price.
Yeah. I'm not an economist, so I'm not going to comment. But they lost about $800,000 their first year.
Damn.
Right, and so it was so bad that they actually didn't do it in 2000. So I think they've only missed 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. They
certainly
missed
COVID year
2020, correct? And then
it happened 2021.
Yes,
wow.
It did. I'm pretty sure. Once again, y'all fact check me, but from what I saw, but the year 2000, they had to, I think, like regroup. Like, yo, that 800K didn't work out. Kind of a big L. So we need to probably like revisit this strategy.
Well, shout out to them for not giving up.
Yeah, for sure. Because today it's actually the most profitable music festival in the U.S.
Not in the world.
I just saw the U.S.
I'm gonna go with Tomorrowland.
Yeah, or Tomorrow World, or yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Land.
Land is the big one in like
World. Yeah,
Belgium,
World is the one that
Netherlands.
was here.
Yeah. So it's so profitable, in fact, that is why in 2012 they went to the 2 identical lineups for 2 weekends in a row.
That's when they started doing that.
That's when they started doing it. It's a
I thought it was more recent than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were talking about this kind of, preparing for the episode, and I was actually shocked to hear that it was so long ago.
Yeah.
And it is indeed apparently just identical.
So it's been working if they've done it since then.
Yeah,
Obviously.
it was just a matter of the founders in 2012 also, I believe, is when they bought like 280 acres of land in that area. So they basically were like, we're making a fucking hefty investment we're setting up shop here.
This is it.
For a while.
Yeah.
280 acres worth of shop for the foreseeable
And it's the
future.
exact same lineups.
That's what I see.
In the same order, the same visual effects, the same
So
booths and food trucks.
you bring up a good point around the how the artists treat it. I don't know that their set lists, of course, are identical. I haven't done too much research to know whether that's the case or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd have to think they would switch it up slightly, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, I guess there are people that are going to both weekends. If you didn't think there were, then maybe what's the harm?
It's just like another festival you do where you're going to have
Let's
the same.
try and do it even better this time. But if there's people going to both, maybe you would want to do it better. I am interested to know if they're going to bring Frank Ocean back for the second weekend.
Well, so hold on. We'll get to Frankie Boy here in a second. So 2012 was also the year that they did the Tupac hologram.
That was the first year that they doubled up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they were probably like,
So double hologram action?
We got to do some epic shit. We better bring out Tupac from the dead.
And so I'm sure they sold plenty of tickets.
Yeah, they sold it out in less than a few hours. So going to both weekends, they sold it out in just a few hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I think it grosses, over 50 million or something.
Damn.
Yeah. We're in the wrong business. We're sitting here.
One more time festival.
Yeah, one more time fest.
One more time fest.
But yeah, man. So let's get into it for this year, 2023. The headliners are Friday night, Bad Bunny.
Yep.
Saturday, Blackpink. Are you familiar?
K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah.
Yes. Which, oh my God,
They smash.
that genre is just,
That's the one. Talk about being in the wrong business. I'm
Yeah.
about to switch my production.
bro. I'm looking. Any K-pop artists out there?
Yeah,
looking for management.
We want to sign you. We don't
Yeah.
have any artists.
We have no
or anything.
infrastructure in place.
Nothing ready for you, but
But
We know
got
some people,
We
though.
got a cool podcast. And then Sunday, the infamous Frank Ocean first time Coachella performance for Frank.
first performance in over 6 years.
Wow, is that true?
Over 6 years, he's
Holy
performed anywhere.
shit.
He was supposed to perform at Coachella in 2020, and obviously something happened in China that delayed that, and then it got delayed again, and yeah, long awaited. I mean, he hasn't even dropped. He's only dropped 2 albums, and I mean, Blonde was in 2016. He hasn't dropped an album in 7 years.
Yeah. So there was huge hype about this Frank Ocean Coachella performance.
Major.
So I will caveat this with, at the time of this recording, he has only done the first performance.
I'm not convinced they're going to invite him back. For
They
the second
might
weekend.
replace him for the second weekend.
Seriously,
this is actually us maybe bringing that prophecy into the world.
Speaking it into existence.
Yeah. So if we're right, comment and
How
let us
cool are
know
we?
who replaced Frank on Sunday night of round 2 for
Yeah.
Coachella. But as of this podcast,
It's going to be AI Eminem.
Yeah. Oh God, we'll
Sorry.
talk about that next week.
Yeah.
So people are a little bit upset with Frankie Boy.
Rightfully so, in my opinion. Rightfully so.
Yeah. So a few things have gone awry, if you will, with Frank Ocean's Coachella debut.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, he was the only artist, and definitely the only headliner, to basically not be included in the YouTube live stream.
I
So
think there were 2.
who else?
I don't remember. So I don't even know why I brought it up. Continue.
Yo, podcasting tip 101. Don't throw a monkey wrench in our shit if you don't have the facts.
Made for a funny moment.
No, that's great. That's great. So YouTube had, I think, 6 channels, if you will, live streaming the 6 stages, I guess, right?
And Channel Orange was offline.
Wow. The puns don't even escape the internal pods.
Hell no.
Okay, great.
That's how you know these are for real.
Yes. This is real life that I have to deal with. No, so he was the only one that pulled the plug, maybe one of 2 that pulled the plug. Obviously the most notorious one, since you can't even remember who the other person was, that did not make the live stream. So people were pissed about that. So let's just start.
There was a girl that was in the front row who live streamed the whole thing on Instagram Live. She had
How many followers?
100, not even a ton of followers.
No. How many did she gain?
Yeah, a lot. But there were 100,000 people at one point watching her live.
How does Instagram even like serve up random people's lives? Or did people share it?
I'm sure that
it went through like a crazy vortex
all
of
the
shares.
above. They're like, this girl's in the front row at the Frank Ocean show and it's not being streamed. Like,
wow.
Hopping her shit. Twitter probably went crazy with it.
Wow.
You know?
Yep. So his set was supposed to include a production that was an ice skating rink. They had full-blown designed and I guess like implemented an ice skating rink. And they hired fuck tons of ice skaters to be a part of this production. This was going to be how he came out. This was going to be the set. This was going to be the fucking thing for Frank.
Sounds cool.
He just nixed it. He said, nah, dude.
Like an hour before.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
They had to melt the ice. The ice.
And the ice skaters got their skates on. Like, well.
I think they just walked around in their skates. Like, no, seriously. They had to use them in some other capacity, bro. He just nixed it.
Yeah.
He just pulled the plug on the live stream. He pulled the plug on the ice skating rink, really leaving, the Coachella promoters and the production crews kind of fucked, man. Like he kind of left them high and dry. I mean,
well, let's talk about how he left the fans fucking high and dry. That's one thing. Those guys are getting paid regardless. These people that actually paid to be at the show and expected a certain level of performance that got left high and dry, I feel way more offended on their behalf than I do the people that got paid. First of all, he's an hour late.
Well, I was gonna say that's because that these people that they're getting paid, they had to call a fucking audible.
Is that why he was an hour late though? I heard he showed up an hour late.
Oh, that's even
showed up an hour late, and you're headlining, which means you go last, and there is a curfew which got hit. So he only ended up performing for about 30 minutes.
That's right.
30 minutes, bro. Rough. And there's people that there was one girl that was there the night before, and there's a ton of people lined up at 8 a.m. to get to the front of the stage to see Frank Ocean perform, because he has not performed in over 6 years. He has not put out an album. He's put out, I think, music since then, but an album since 2016. And people were very upset. I read that, a lot of the songs, like even just the way he was performing, it felt he was underprepared. You're headlining a festival. You need to be very prepared. Have all the key things in place. He did songs differently. He performed them differently.
I read the same thing, and I didn't take it as under preparation. I took it as he arranged the songs differently.
And that was obviously prepared.
And that seems okay.
That's cool. That's right. Cool. People
were pissed that
people want to be able to sing the words in the exact order that they're used to, and whatever. You're there for a show. I'm not as upset about that, but like 2 of his biggest songs, he lip synced. He didn't even have a microphone.
Oh, what?
Nikes and I think there's Nights. I think 2 of his biggest songs, he just didn't even perform.
No,
you're there for a performance, right? He had no mic in his hand. He's lip syncing, just walking around on stage. There's no the only crowd interaction I think he had. He talked about his brother who passed in 2020. He said, I'm doing this not because I have an album coming out. He said, I'm doing this for my brother, which is cool. But like a headliner is expected to have, just certain levels of crowd interaction and just.
That pisses me off.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
People are pissed.
Like I didn't. Talking about preparation, I wasn't fully prepared for all that, but that pisses me off.
He went to talk to like a guy that worked at the festival a couple times for like a few minutes. So there was like these little
out of his 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's like breaks where he's
like
not doing anything.
10% of him not there.
He didn't move from like his little bubble just in the center of the stage. He's not like walking out to the sides, and it just felt very disingenuous, which kind of like goes with his brand, if we're being honest. He is this mysterious guy that no one can get a hold of.
Dare I say this?
Please.
Fuck Frank Ocean, bro. Fuck Frank Ocean, bro.
I feel you. I mean,
this gets me like, I'm kind of like
riled up. Right?
Like, did you have to bring for the fans? Like, you like really got me in my, like, for real, for y'all, man. I mean, like, I'm not even a huge Frank fan, so like, it doesn't even.
I was going to ask what you think about his music.
The music clearly is good, right? He's one of the artists, and I think we talked about this before. I have a very bad tendency as a person when the general public gets extremely overly hyped in my mind about something like a TV show even, or an artist, right, in this case.
It can turn you off.
It turns me off
from it.
And I have...
And that's not fair.
I have problems about that with myself, yes. I do look at that being like, that's annoying of me.
I think we all do that. I try to not let that affect me, but I think that is kind of a human trait. For sure. His music is, insanely creative and very, very good, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's the way people obsess about Blonde.
It's like Cardi for me too.
Buy Blonde on vinyl, and it's very like soundscapey. It feels more like a soundtrack to a movie. Like I used to be a drummer. I'm an ex-drummer. This guy barely uses drums. You know what I mean? The rhythm of shit is very, tempo gets off, and it's very like, I could see myself like smoking a doobie and getting lost in it. And I've done that before. But, on day to day, like I like a beat that's keeping me going, man. And I respect the artistry completely.
Yeah. Just when people put artists or athletes even sometimes, or like I said, TV shows, movies, whatever, on these really awkward pedestals for me. Mm-hmm. Where it's almost uncomfortable how much you're like revering the thing.
Yeah.
It really does send out like giant red flags and like signals that turn me off.
I like the comparison to Cardi because they're both guys that have released such a limited amount of music that it's almost like once you see yourself catching this wave, you can almost do less to make people just want more and fiend for more.
Yeah.
Instead of just being consistently good and giving people the music that they want. But at the same time, I'll say this: we don't fucking know you, Frank. Like, who are we to judge? You might have some shit going on in your life that we don't know. That whole thing, we don't know the ins and outs. We just can comment on what we've seen from other people. But it does seem like you let the fans down, and we'll see if he's there.
Dude,
weekend 2.
Part of me hopes so badly that he's not there weekend 2, so that our prophecy comes to life.
Comes to life, yeah.
That's fucked up. I hope he's there for you.
For the fans, yeah. I hope he puts on a full show, gets there on time, starts it, and it's dope. He sings every song, remixes whatever song he wants, and goes for it.
It's just kind of reminiscent of like just a shitty rap performance, right? It's like how you're describing it.
One guy, one mic.
Yeah, and just not even rapping all the words.
Yeah.
And just doing other shit.
I don't know, 2 minutes.
Yeah, and just doing other shit. Just real lazy.
Yeah. That's how it's
just almost like you don't even care if you're there.
Which is crazy for the amount of work that he puts into his music. He's so not lazy when it comes to his music.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that what you said as far as just giving him the benefit of the doubt, and that maybe there's 2 sides to every story type of deal.
We don't know shit.
We're seeing the headlines. We're seeing what's being put out by media companies. We're we're seeing what the fans' initial reactions are.
But they are disappointed, which is not debatable.
That's objective. Fans are mad.
Pissed.
Yeah, fans are mad.
Yes.
And, as much as artists want to say they just do it for the art, at the end of the day, you have a responsibility, in my mind, to your fan base. And I think that if you let the fans down, that's a problem.
That's an interesting topic maybe for another time. Like, do you have a responsibility to your fans?
Fuck.
Maybe, like, it's your art. Maybe fuck the fans.
Fuck the fans?
Maybe.
Pop that shit like one more time. They pop that one more time. Pop that shit like one more time. They pop that one more time.